All right here. Today I'm going to give y'all my predictions for this Sunday's Pennzoil 400 at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But before I go any further, I want to add that I am going to do a Pick 5 contest for this Sunday's race. And if you're wondering, how does a Pick 5 contest work? Well, it's pretty simple. It's free. And all you're going to have to do is go down below to the comment section and type in who you think will finish in the top 5. And if you go 5 for 5, you get an autographed hero card and much more NASCAR memorabilia. And if you go 4 for 5, you get an unsigned hero card and a couple other cool items. But let's go comment down below to be entered. You never know. You might win a prize. But a lot in store, so let's get started.
Ryan Priest, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
Before I get into my top 5, I want to give y'all a little refresher, if you will, in case you missed last Sunday's race at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Here's the top 5 right there. You can obviously see the 24 car of William Byron got the job done there. Byron, early on, he started in the back of the pack because he didn't run so well in the 500. He was collected in that lap 14 wreck, which he nearly flipped. And in the Daytona road course, it just spoke for itself. Byron's not good on road courses. And it put him in a big hole early on for this race. He had to start the rear. He worked his way up, won stage 2, and got the checker flag. Now he's in the playoffs. Now he has 6 playoff points. But second place, or runner-up, if you will, was the 8 car Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick early on was struggling. He nearly got lapped a couple times, but towards the end, he found out the top line was really working. And yes, he was making up some ground, gained like 10 seconds in 18 laps. That was crazy. Tyler Reddick, driver of the day without a doubt. Third place was the 19 car Martin Truex Jr. Truex was pretty much like, he was really consistent throughout the day. Early on, he was fast. And as it transitioned into the night hours, he was fast then. So, caps off to crew chief James Small. But yes, Truex finished third in this Sunday's race at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Fourth place belonged to the 5 car Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, for majority of the race, was in the top 10. And at the end, the final stint in the third stage, he was running second. And he got in a battle with Martin Truex Jr., and it caused him and Truex to have slower lap times. And a result with some slower lap times, Tyler Reddick chased him down and ended up passing both of them. And yes, Kyle Larson got the worst end out of all of it, finishing 4th. But hey, that's still a top 5. But finishing 5th was the 4 car of Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick today was up and down. Early on, he was racing top 10, and then he fell down to 15th, and then he went back and forth. It was really weird. And not just him, but the rest of his teammates, Stewart-Haas Racing, struggled today. Cole Custer, in my opinion, was the lead driver. He was doing really well. He cut a tire with about 3 or 4 to go. Heartbreaking. He was due for a top 10 finish. But yes, Harvick finished 5th. Custer blew a tire. Eric Almirola was involved with a wreck with him and Ryan Blaney. And Chase Briscoe hit the wall early on in the race with contact with Bubba Wallace. And it put him 2 laps down. And eventually he got back on the lead lap due to a Corey LaJoie caution, which he got the wave around. And then shortly after that, the stage ended and he got the free pass. Lucky dog, if you will. But yeah, Stewart-Haas Racing did not have a great day. But Kevin Harvick, top 5 finish, maybe gave him some confidence heading into Las Vegas next week, in which they usually struggle. It's usually dominated by the Penske camp and the Toyota camp. So Stewart-Haas Racing has their work cut out for them, but yes, they do have a top 5 under their belt from the Homestead Miami Speedway 400 race. But now let's get into my top 5. All right here, my top 5 is based off of facts and recent momentum. But here it is. You can obviously see it right there in the corner. But yes, I do believe that the 1 car of Kurt Busch will go to victory lane in this Sunday's race at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And yes, I'm saying that right. Kurt Busch, not his brother, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch right now is struggling. He's on a struggle bus, and he's going to need a lot of help to get off that struggle bus. Here's a couple reasons why I do believe that the 1 car of Kurt Busch will go to victory lane. One, he won this race in the fall, and he knows what it takes to win here. And You got to add now, there's going to be fans in the stands, and this is going to be Kurt Busch's first race back at Las Vegas since he won. With fans now, you best believe he's going to put on one heck of a show. But two, Kurt Busch right now is really consistent. In my opinion, he's the most consistent Chevy driver right now in NASCAR. A lot of y'all might be saying, whoa, did Chase Elliott just win the championship last year and William Byron just won this past Sunday's race at the Homestead Miami Speedway? You are correct. But look at the stats here. Kurt Busch finished 22nd in the Daytona 500, which is not too great by any means. But he did finish the race, not like a lot of drivers that were involved in the early big one. But he finished 4th in the Daytona Road Course, and he wrecked in that race too. And he finished 8th in the Homestead Miami Speedway race. And you got to add, he did have a loose tire at the beginning of Stage 3. And just imagine if that did not happen. He could have very well went to victory lane. He was so fast. He was on the other zip code fast. Him, Keselowski, Logano were fast early on. And the 22 cars fell off the pace, but the one car stayed on. Kurt Busch, in my opinion, will win Sunday's race at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But finishing second will be the 19 car of Martin Truex Jr. Truex was really consistent this past Sunday at Homestead, so keep an eye on him. But finishing third will be the 2 car Brad Keselowski. My paper's right here. But Keselowski, like I said, he started off the Homestead race strong, leading early laps, but got passed by Chris Buescher. And when he got passed by Chris Buescher, we didn't really see him up front. And yes, he did make a late pit stop in order to gain a couple positions, but the tires didn't really work efficiently. He finished 16th. So Keselowski has the work cut out for him because he's not going to be starting in a top position. So yes, Keselowski, like I said, has a work cut out for him, but I do believe that he will rebound for a top 5 finish. But finishing 4th will be the 5 car Kyle Larson. This will be the second week in a row that Kyle Larson will finish 4th. He runs really well here at Las Vegas, and yes, I do believe he is someone that can very well win this race. But finishing 5th will be your last year's winner here, and that is the 22 car of Joey Logano. Joey Logano started off the season in the Daytona 500, just 2 corners away from winning his second Daytona 500, but got wrecked by his teammate. And then the Daytona Road Course 1 week later, he was leading with 2 to go, but got passed by Christopher Bell. Those are 2 races out there he could have very well won. And then Homestead happened. He wasn't so fast. Was racing in the 20s and teens. Not a good week for him, but I do think he will turn the page in Las Vegas with a top 5 finish. But who is my dark horse here? My dark horse will be no other than Mr. Second Place, Matt DiBenedetto. Matt DiBenedetto finished 2nd place in both races last year. Finished 2nd in the first race to Joey Logano, and finished 2nd place to Kurt Busch in the fall. He's really good here, and he can very well get a top 10 finish. And trust me when I say this, a top 10 for Matt DiBenedetto right now will be much needed. He started off the 2021 campaign on the struggle bus like Kyle Busch earlier. He wrecked early in the Daytona 500, and Daytona Road Course rolled around. He blew a right rear tire, and that right rear tire caused the whole right rear body of the car to tear off. And Miami came around, didn't do so well, ouch. But yes, Matt DiBenedetto is in need for a good run. So there you go. Those are all of my predictions for this Sunday's race, for this upcoming Sunday's race at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But comment down below your top 5 to be entered in the Pick 5 contest. Please like and subscribe. Peace.